Okay, we're going to make some buttermilk biscuits. I usually try to keep them in the freezer. I usually make a big batch or a couple batches at a time and put them in the freezer bags and thaw them out in the microwave as I need them. You can just wrap them in a paper towel and put them in for about a minute, and they're taste just like you just baked them. We're going to start. Now this is how I do mine. I'm sure everybody's different, but I'm going to start with about 3 cups of flour. Every time I do this, I get it on this cabinet. I need to move my mixer, I guess, but oh well. But I do my cornbread the same way as, you know, I put it in the freezer, and it keeps really well. And that way, I'm not making biscuits in cornbread every other day or whatever, you know. Alright, there's 3 cups of flour. It's self-rising flour. And then I take either Crisco or some type of shortening or lard. I know that doesn't sound really healthy, but you know, hey, that's what old-fashioned buttermilk biscuits are. So, and I usually take about, I don't know, 3/4 of a cup of Crisco or lard, some type of shortening, and you don't have to be exact, but just kind of close on that. Most of the time I just kind of, you know, I don't measure, I just kind of guess at it, but knock that down. I'll put this on there, maybe that might keep down a little bit. I just kind of mix that in a little, let it mix until that lard is kind of, or shortening is kind of just mixed in really well with the flour, so there's no big chunks in there. It just takes just a second. Okay. And then I'll take about 1.5 cups of buttermilk. And if I don't have buttermilk, then I'll just take 1.5 cups of milk. And I don't really measure, but I use some distilled vinegar and put just a little in there. It doesn't take much. And let me get a spoon, I'll show you what it looks like. And it will kind of makes like a buttermilk. The longer it sits, the thicker it gets. And it tastes just like it. I think you can find like the exact ratio of vinegar to milk, but I just kind of guess at it, I guess. And then I'll pour that in. And I need these for breakfast in the morning, and it's like 11:30 at night right now, and everybody else is in the bed. But yeah, that's not going to splash out. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do them tonight so I don't have to worry about it in the morning. Just kind of let that mix. I can use the dough hook, but I don't usually drag that out. So. Just kind of push that back down in there, and I'll get my pans. My pan, and my flour. Kind of roll this out. I don't even use a biscuit cutter. I just kind of do it by hand. But let me turn you off and I'll come back in just a second. Okay, so here we are. I do have the big, you know, I'm not sure what it's called, the big pastry mat thing, but I don't usually drag all that out. Whew. I just sprinkle some flour in a plate and sprayed my pan, and most of the time I put it in a cast iron skillet, but this batch probably was a little more than will fit in my skillet. So I just kind of rake this out and here. And then I just kind of, I still do make a little bit of a mess with the flour, but that's nothing major. And I just knead it just a little bit to basically just keep it from sticking. And then I just come and pinch off the ball. Do it like that. Make a ball and put it in the pan and get all these done. And you can roll them out and use a biscuit cutter if you want. I just usually don't take the time to do that. And I usually make several batches at a time, but it's so late right now, I'll probably just make this batch and get those baked, since I do have some laundry in the dryer. So, and Hunter goes back to school tomorrow. This is his first day back in like a week and a half because of the snow that we had. So Richard is off tomorrow, and Andrew is off tomorrow. Andrew has to do some work online, you know, paperwork stuff for his job. And Richard and I will be going to town early in the morning to pick up some dog food, some horse feed, and a few things like that. And then we'll have one, I'll just make a great big one here. We eat these, I don't eat them as much as Richard does, but he loves them. And then I'll just kind of take my hand and smash them down like that, and then I bake them in a 350-degree oven. You know, I'm not exactly sure on the time. I just put them in there until they're, you know, brown on top. But I will actually, I'll go ahead and time these and see how long it actually takes. But we have 11 of them there. And I will bring you back when I get them out of the oven. Okay, guys, there's the biscuits. Just got them out of the oven. They're very hot, very hot. Just really getting browned, and I ended up baking them at 350 for 23 minutes in my oven, so yours may, you know, be a little different. And then I turned the broiler on and browned the tops, and as you can see, the bottoms are perfectly brown there, the way we like them. And I'll let these cool, and I'll let them cool to room temperature, and then I will put them in Ziploc freezer bags. I usually put them in gallon bags, and most of the time I usually make a few batches, 2 or 3 batches, at a time, and put them in the freezer. Now these will last for months in the freezer. They don't last that long here because my guys eat them, and but yeah, that's what I do, and they're very delicious. And lots of times, like right now, we'll probably just brush the tops with butter, and we'll just let them cool that way. Put them in the freezer bags and pop them in the freezer. And when I get ready to use it, I'll just get them out. Sometimes I wrap them in a paper towel, sometimes I don't. And if they're, I put them in the microwave for like 1 minute with my microwave. Yours may vary, but and they are good and hot and taste just as fresh as just like I just made them. And I will put the recipe below in case you're interested in that. And yeah, these are all ready for tomorrow. Hey guys, real quick, I am just going to run some butter over these just real quick. It just keeps it gives it a little butter taste and keeps the tops a little softer. So anyway, sometimes I will just go ahead and melt the butter and brush it on, but yeah, I'm just going to do it like this time. Yeah, and actually, oh, it's hot. I'll go ahead and break one open here, if you can see. They're light and fluffy, and I don't know if you can see the steam coming off of that or not, but they're hot. And they taste like really good buttermilk biscuits.